put in the movie number one. Yeah, so I guess you can look at that one, but as simple as The Wizard of Oz as well.
Yeah, when we threw the wormhole, anything, the astrophysicist kind of, a billion parallel universes with us at the exact, countless number, not a billion, just an infinite number, where things, an infinite number of ourselves are conducting our lives in different universes at the exact same time, making different decisions, and that kind of weird.
Well, I guess that could fit into we are all just prisoners here of our own device.
Yeah, Hotel California.
There you go. But yes, the simulation theory. I mean, for a guy like you that digs on music and movies and all that kind of pop culture.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with pop culture, I guess. Well, don't mean I believe it or buy into it. I just kind of know it. Like Dungeons and Dragons, the myth lore. That's where I learned about all the Norse mythology, all the mythologies, different creatures and monsters and weapons and battle tactics and shit. You'll be surprised what you picked up from that game. It's actually quite a bit. But,
I wouldn't doubt it. Well, then again, if we're on that simulation theory, then that's all related.
Kind of.
All relative, and that's so.
I'm still free to make my own choice. I haven't felt that. You'll hear that nothing's a free choice. I still feel like I'm making the choice. So, well, if they are pulling the wool over my eyes, they're doing a pretty damn good job.
Well, you're on you are on a need to know basis within yourself.
Okay.
Right. If you're a prisoner of your own device, you're not going to let yourself know. Unless you need to know.
I guess not. But how would you know that to begin with to create the concept? Well, how would you be able to break free from that unconsciousness to actually know that this is happening? Like the red pill. What are you talking about? Like the Matrix, right? This sounds like the plot to the Matrix.
Stuff, absolutely, I dig that.
Okay. The blue pill, red pill, or green pill, red, blue, whatever the hell that was.
Oh yeah. Well, once you take the red pill, there's no blue pill available.
Okay.
It's all over with. That's it. You can't go back. You cannot unsee what you have seen, but all you do is get more and more questions. Kind of like a basketball game or something like that on the way in. Until the game's over, you really don't know.
You don't know. I mean, true. You don't know till you know, right?
That's right. But you sure got a lot of rabbit hole to dig to find out if you're going to be closer to right than wrong more times than not. And that's, once again, the flow of momentum. And it shows up in the numbers. That's why I'm a believer in the numbers. But I'm also a believer in the short term. But I'm also a believer in the long term. I'm also a believer in the momentum when you've seen the movie before. You could have a different coach and a different team, but it's the same damn movie, and the movie's momentum. And either you lost it or you got it. And the teams that have it over a long period of time or don't have it over a long period of time, that hey, what's up? No creepy Mike yet today, no. Reggie, welcome, Reggie. We're going deep in the rabbit hole today for you, Reggie.
No. So, yeah, chit-chatting away about some kind of esoteric horseshit is what some people would refer to it, but some people would consider it philosophical, gold, panning for gold, or gold, like I said, the exact opposite view, like put a scientific name to it, like it really, like what's the movie where the husband-wife team are doing the ghost story, actually based on a true couple, the ghost hunting chicks. They did a few movies about them. The Vera Farmiga. God, I just can't think of the name of the movie series. But they were like entity hunters. They would drive bad entities out of houses and shit. But it was kind of.
Yeah.
Well, you have to see it. I guess you have to see it.
You'll never tell me it's not real, but you'll never get me to believe that everything you see is real. But, you'll never get me to believe that UFOs don't exist. And once you see it, they exist. All right, fellas, bring me your man short. Bring me in your. Oh, we're a man short. Oh, Matthew wants to come in and jump on. Reggie's talking about the Master Day.
There's Mike
with his first period under in the Dallas Stars.
Mike responding to Reggie. It looks like that's real money, while others live vicariously through him, through him.
Hey, you know what? I'll give Mike that all day long. He's throwing his ticket out there. A lot of you guys want to talk shit to Mike, but Mike's putting the ticket out there. So, and gambling doesn't come with directions. I can tell you that. So nobody has the answer. Some people have a answer, and highly unlikely the one you have. So that's why I like to let everybody just let it all fall out. Let it all fall out. So King Cat, Math Stats, Reggie, 9 King 9. Marcus, under, NBA, 219, Nets, Hornets. God, I hate to play a Nets game under, but it sure does look like a Charlotte game goes under tonight. I will agree with you there. So Pelicans plus a 2.5. Pelicans at home. You know what I'm doing. Nuggets, definitely.
I mean, everything about that game looks like
I see a lot of losers from you too, my man.
Looks like Pelicans. Everything about that game says over. That's why I don't bet them, man. I would just be drawn to that like a moth to the flame.
What,
Nuggets, Pelicans, the two like horrid defensive teams. Yeah, those are the ones that go under, right? When it looks that easy, though, right?
Well, I did get it right, Marcus. I did get it right. That's why I said I agreed with you on the Charlotte under. I was a little worried about a Brooklyn under. So, all right, Mikey is rich off sports betting. All right, well, then bring the winners, Mike. I ain't afraid to look. I ain't gonna bust your chops. And if they want to bust your chops, bust their ass right back. Fuck them. That's all I can say. People want to bust my chops all the time. I don't give a fuck. And my place stand up for themselves, and I ain't afraid to keep coming at them. So, Warriors, Reggie coming at us with the play today. Plus the 7. All right, Reggie. Finally coming in with a little action, talk a little smack. You got to throw some smack around too. So, Matt, you're trolling too. Come on, guys. All right. Most people who view this, I have blocked. I don't block many people. I blocked Dennis Tolbert because he's just a fucking douchebag. So, but I really don't block many people.
I don't block. I blocked Lee Bellman.
That'd be great if you want to share it, but I mean,
Lee Bellman and the guy that threatened to kill me. I blocked him. Chris Barr.
You're good. You guys made it this far without me. I made it this far without you. Yeah. Hopefully, we can make it a little further with each other. That's all I'm trying to do. Now, if we want to get in political arguments, I'll fucking hammer anybody that wants to disagree with me because I've done the homework. Okay? But when we get into sports, man, I don't care how much homework you do, man. Somebody's got a different angle and a different outlook, and it may help you. If it doesn't, you throw it away, just like the rest of the shit. All right, so Bucks over, first half from Big Mike. Bucks, best team in the NBA, first half scoring. We were going against the Bucks for a little while in that first quarter. They were down. They didn't cover too much in the first quarter for a little bit. So, all right. So tonight, my NBA. Let me I do really like the New Orleans. I mean, I think that's cream of the crop here today. How about you? What do you got tonight in the NBA? Go ahead, Tom.
Came off one play yesterday, cashed it. It was the Trailblazers as the best bet, +4. They trailed 118-110 toward the end of the game and rallied 125-122. So that one cashed. So we're going to try the best bets off to the side. I did like 2 plays I was going to give you guys tonight. Now that Luka, his name is Luka, he's not scheduled. Don't appear like he's going to play tonight. So I'm going to just kind of back off. Although every time I kind of do that they win anyway. So, keep that in mind. So I kind of like the Mavericks, but with Luka, without Luka, it makes it a little more suspect. The other game I like, I'm going to take the Utah Jazz at home, -9, Friday night. Big game, big play. That's just the one that stuck out the most other than the best bet. I do kind of like Reggie. I'm going to have to try to me and Reggie might actually agree on one, just an opinion. I didn't end up betting on it, but I did like Golden State a little, and just kind of giving some opinions on a couple. We had the Bucks the other night and got burned on a 6-point spread. They led by 14, start the fourth. Actually kind of melted down in the last couple of minutes. I think I whined about that one in my sleep. I had a bad dream about that one. So I'd probably lean to the Bucks, but I couldn't touch it after being burned the other night. Trailblazers, that's a big number to cover on the road on a Friday night. 9-point spread by the Trailblazers. They did look good last night. That's a tough back-to-back. To rally late in the fourth, put it all out there, being an 8-point hole with about 3 or 4 minutes left, rally, get the road win. Now you're going to come back the next night, now you got to win by double digits. That's a tough ask. I'm leaving that game alone. I would actually lean slightly to Orlando there just because it's a tough spot. Hornets +3 at home. Almost got to look for them too, right? I mean, the Hornets, even though since LaMelo, they lost their point guard, that was rookie playing time, he showing some potential, actually. My buddy back home was crazy about him, and I always hold my judgment till, you really show me something. I don't get crazy over 10, 15, 20 games. After about the second or third season of big production, then I'll start taking notice. But meanwhile, the Hornets, couple wins there. I would lean to the Hornets, and then I like the Jazz. I like the Warriors. And that Lakers-Cleveland game, that's a tough call. I would actually probably lean to the Lakers slightly after just having their asses kicked a couple times without any players. Now it's like nut up time against a lesser team. They might actually pull this one off. But I'm not really interested in betting on it. That's just the feeling. So that's pretty much the whole NBA lineup there.
All right.
Take the Jazz, and then my best bet is something different. But I do kind of like the Jazz to cover the number.
All right. Yeah, the Lakers, if they got any sense of pride, they got to kind of show up here tonight. But who wants to really fucking make that, though, So, but I agree with Marcus on the Heat and the Hornets to the under. I'm a little leery, but I do like it. So I guess it's a little bit more of a lean with Celtics and Bucks over 235.5 now. So it got some steam, but it should be the over. It should be a power play. So that's kind of where I'm at with.
Who's got the numbers like the NBA totals over 235? What's the number? You're supposed to be the guy that keeps track of that crap. I can't keep track of everything. Like the situational point totals. The numbers between 235 and 240 is gone this to the over. Usually you come up with that stuff.
I'll have to dig a little for that one.
I'm just throwing some.
I used to have all that, and I'm trying to.
I'm just wondering what the how that's going with the real high numbers. Sometimes it goes to where when they put the real high numbers that they just fly over, which it seems like they have. I'm just wondering if it's ever going to level out or what the exact percentage is for those big totals.
Right. So and I used to keep all those numbers. And if I had a, damn programmer that would actually follow through, and I'd be able to get them again. So it's so really, if somebody's out there and they're real good at drawing up some databases and
that SQL crap. I mean, it's different than what I learned when I was growing. We used to do we used to have to create the file, create the variables, call the data, change the data, put the data back. But to do that automatically, like have the numbers put into it, that would be hard. You almost even back then, you'd have to manually, you would pull the data set out, change the number, and put it back in its place, and then do the calculation. But yeah, that today, I mean, I'm sure somebody can do it. It's just not. I'm too old. My computer skills are old school.
Yeah, I would.
That's why I use this pen and paper.
Back of the daily stats, weekly stats. The Friday night home favorite just totally dominated through the 90s. Dominated.
It was big. Yeah, it used to be a good one. I know. And same with college basketball. Still kind of holds true. The like the home underdogs on Saturdays because you have the biggest crowds are there. Usually against it's like their Super Bowl to play the better teams. My light's going to fall again. So if you see something hit me in the head, it's just my light. Don't worry about it.
It might be Reggie.
Yeah.
Everybody now. Reggie, say something nice. Let me see if you can do it. Give me something nice with one guy. Come on, Reggie.
He's mad at who's he mad at? Probably at a
bookmaker.
It may be him too, among others, maybe.
All right.
Are we going to look at the NHL? I know we got plenty of the NCAA tournament. It's just so crazy the way they're doing it this year. The Sweet 16 commences tomorrow morning, early afternoon, with the Sweet 16 on Saturday and Sunday. Then the Elite 8 on Monday and Tuesday, which I don't know how that's going to help their television ratings. CBS agreed to this shit, but I'm assuming they did. So you got that. So we got a big play for tomorrow is basically what I'm getting at. Love the play.
You got something nice to say about Chumly. There he goes. Cowboys are the boss. It's hard to get mad at Chumly. I mean, he really is a nice guy. What are you going to do? So, yeah. It's not like he didn't get tossed up with a fake reporter saying, "Oh, you're just such a nice guy, Mr. Biden," after you rape all the children. So, Chumley's just a nice guy. So, all right. So you won there, Reggie. You said something nice about somebody. Congratulations. So, all right. Mark is coming at us with some UFC. Jamie Malarkey. Is that a bunch of malarkey plus $1.10, or what do we got? Reggie don't feel nobody. Man, Chum is straight. All right. So NHL tonight. I guess we'll have to go there. My NHL, I got a couple nice little plays out there. One's a Parlucci. You got to go with the Caps, and you tie him in with the Blues. And if you want to throw a third team in there, you can throw in Winnipeg plus 1.5. The Caps, the Blues, Winnipeg plus 1.5 are your favorites for tonight. San Jose, Arizona, 6 straight overs, looking to make it 7 tonight. They're both playing a little bit to the over, looking for that to continue again here today. As far as my hockey.
I guess I will try. I always go this way, but I'll take Calgary. Will be my one play. It's just a bunch of heavy chalk, and it looks like I'm at a campfire roasting s'mores. Now that my lights kind of come down, man, it's ridiculous, dude. Anyway, that'll be my one giveaway play for the show here. Calgary Flames in the NHL. Markstrom against Hillebiuk. Hillebiuk is expected to start for the Jets tonight. And just a Sweet 16 tomorrow. That's big stuff. We're going to be on in the morning, right, Lou?
Marcus is a Sharkus tonight. Marcus is a Sharkus.
I can hold the light. I guess I could technically take the light and hold it.
We haven't played a ticket in a while. We got $231 in the account.
Okay, it's a good night, Friday night.
NBA. We throw out all the dogs. Well, there's a lot of them. Do we want to play them all? Let's look for the biggest ones in the NBA. Celtics plus $1.95. Take that. Magic plus 400 at home. We'll take that. Grizzlies plus 380 against the Jazz. Really don't want to touch that.
It's the one you don't want to touch. It's probably going to win. That's why I always say NBA, dude, is like, come on. It's like the flakiest of all the sports in terms of the daily games.
The first of back-to-back games for them, too. So, yeah, I'll take the plus of 380.
Why not?
Yeah. So there's 3 of them. Let me see what we got big in hockey over there tonight.
I like the Warrior. You put Golden State on there, right? For sure.
I didn't, but I can.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Golden State.
At home, plus 250, bro. Yeah, there you go. Why not?
All right. Plus 210 there. And not seeing much else. Toronto, home dog now. Pistons, home dog?
That one. And then also, why not the Cleveland against the Lakers?
Oh, whoa! You said it right with Reggie. That's awesome.
I think it's quite possible.
Good luck to you tonight, Daniel. Appreciate you stopping by again. All right, I'm going to throw the Cavs on there just because Reggie and the rocket lined up.
Do we remember that skit from
make a cameo from Loyola?
The old Conan O'Brien skit? In the year 2000. No? Okay.
No, 25.
Don't remember that skit?
25.
Conan O'Brien show, they did a skit.
Nah, I don't watch TV, man.
Okay. You wouldn't know it then.
Nah, I watch either games or that's it. Occasionally, I'll look for a comedy. That's about it.
The little thing on my light came loose, and I've been holding it, so it's time to go. Be back. We're coming back in the morning, right? NCAA Sweet 16 action. What is that the plan?
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow morning. I'm looking for a dog. I don't see another dog in.
Man, just go with what you got. I'm good. I'll trust your judgment to find one. Lou's looking for. He said Lou's looking for UFOs.
Dude, I'll have to put the I got the camera right up here. Right, I got the camera shooting out that when the UFO comes back, I got him on film. So, just so you know, don't kill you.
The UFO.
Oh, games are porn. Oh, yeah, that's games are porn. Oh, there's the guys. Right out this, I'm going to show you. That thing open. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a video from Google that'll give you a good example of what I saw, the model I saw. It's all a conspiracy within a conspiracy within a conspiracy, Marcus. Like I was talking to Tony in the beginning of the show. It's a simulation. We are in a simulation. Our brainwave. Listen, we're electricity. We are electricity, Marcus.
We're a C-cell battery.
And you're wait. You are wait. I have a certified electrician right here. Correct? You're certified, are you not?
Sure, most definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any type of electricity that cannot be tapped into that you know of?
What do you mean? I know we really haven't harvested the power of lightning.
Is there any type of electrical source that cannot be tapped into?
You mean with current technology or theoretically? Because sure, there's plenty right now that we can't harness the power of a black hole shooting out, emitting gamma ray bursts. We can't harness that. That would just destroy life on anything it came in contact with.
But theoretically, you can't really be denied, correct?
I mean,
tap into it.
I mean, be evaporated by it. I mean, I don't know what you mean by it. Like I say, you kind of gauge civilizations by their ability to harness different various forms of energy. So
you want to harness things?
We're pretty low on the scale. We're just basically figuring out fossil fuels. We really, we can't harness the power of the atom per se. We can make one explode. We can't really harness that energy that is emitted from the explosion. So, I mean, we really can't capture like lightning, something that you would think you could be able to capture. We really haven't figured that out.
But if you were able to, you would be able to tap into that energy source, correct?
Sure. I mean, it's electricity.
You don't see any reason why you cannot tap into an energy source.
Technological limitations. I know where you're going with this, trying to get the, because you got potassium in your body and there's some electrolytes. So there is some low level, very low voltage electricity in the human body. But say it'd be a technological thing would be the reason you wouldn't be able to either transform it into different voltages or, some real weird shit. But, it makes for good science fiction to talk about it, I think.
I'm going to tell you a little story. You got time for a story? You want to watch the games? You tell me.
My God.
You are, well, number one, you will agree that you are an energy source. You are an electrical source.
Yeah, we emit and use it. Everything you eat is converted. Your body converts things into various things. And some of it, like I say, you have potassium, which does, like the potassium in your body does carry some mild electrical charge. That is a fact.
Okay, so in other words, I guess where I'm really getting at
volts don't kill you, amps do. That's basically true.
Well,
volts will burn the fuck out of you, though. I'll tell you that.
Your brain waves are an energy source too, are they not?
Your brain is the most uses the most energy in the body is the brain. That consumes the majority of the calories, which is the measurement we use to define the burning of energy is calories.
So what I'm saying is that your brain is a electrical energy source that can be tapped into. And since you like music so much, your brain waves can be planted visions during the sounds of silence. I like how you did that. That was nice. Visions planted in your brain during the sounds of silence.
Electric Legend. Daniel says,
Daniel's on the same frequency.
I'm more of the.
You ever see the movie Frequency?
Frequency? You talking about with? Hold on.
Quaid?
With a
Dennis Quaid, he goes back.
Dennis Quaid, right? He sees his mom killed or somebody's killed or something.
Continue again, Daniel. Enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, it's time to go, man. But yeah, I do remember that movie Frequency, man, where he went back in time. You know,
cool.
Yeah, it was different, weird.
Yeah. So, but at the end, my point is that we can be tapped into. So, if that is the case.
I mean, that happens all the time. You donate blood, you donate plasma. I mean, there's parts of your body that's removed. You know,
brain waves can be tapped if they can be tapped. Because right now, you know that there's actual technology out there where if you lost a limb, you could have a prosthetic limb, and your brain will tell that limb to do.
Well, the nerves, if you can still function the nerves, I think a lot of that's kind of some.
Well, at the same time, it's your brain telling something not there. I'm going to download the video.
Take me to your leader. Thank you.
I would love to take this into sports and other things.
I am global.
Everybody's got a sports show, but who's got sports and other things?
Take me to your leader.
Yes.
Yeah, the conspiracy stuff, that's the late night AM radio, dude. What was his name?
Way back when.
Come on, dude. You know the guy I'm talking about. He had a show 30 fucking years.
Art Bell?
I don't know. That's not ringing a bell. Somebody else. Late night, always AM radio. It's like 2 a.m. He does like 2 or 3 hours, and especially on the weekends, and it always gets into extraterrestrial. No, syndicated, a lot of channels, late night. You're gonna make me look it up, Lou. I thought you would know who it is. I can't think of his name. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff people sit up and talk about when they can't go to sleep. You know.
Well, because they're thinking about shit. You know, because shit don't fucking add up. That's all. You just don't want to think about the shit that don't add up. You want to think about the shit that adds up. I like to think about the shit that don't add up. And there's a lot of shit that don't add up.
Yeah, but it doesn't add up because you're not given the information to complete the formula. You're missing part of the equation.
So now you have to.
But that doesn't mean it's nefarious. It doesn't mean it's conspiratorial. It doesn't. You just are lacking the information.
But it doesn't until you actually dig, and then you see nefarious all over the place.
Yeah, I mean,
and then 2 + 2 = 5.
0.5.
And 2 + 2 = 5. Yeah, you're familiar with that, right?
We never landed on the moon. I like that. Here we go.
George Orwell's 1985. 2 + 2 = 5.
We are on. We're not here on Earth either, right? This is like a projection. We're like LED.
2 + 2 = 22, Lou. I saw that one too. You must have watched what I forwarded the other day.
We're LED projections. We actually exist in a astral plane, not a corporal body. We're just a floating spirit, And we're against our will, we're being projected here on Earth. We're being held captive in our native land, and we're unaware of that. And our corporal bodies are nothing but a mere figment of our imaginations, as our spirit is held captive in a land 5 million light years away.
Well, all I can say is, listen, I don't know about the moon, if we hit there or not. There's a lot of good stuff that says we weren't there. But one thing I can tell you about the moon that fell into the conspiracy rabbit hole is the reason why they will not expose, like a guy like Trump says he's going to expose all the bad and going to bring the bad guys down, is there's a theory that there is a missile on the moon to blow up Earth. Somebody fucks with us.
The missile on the moon.
It's a station, yes.
The vaccines will kill millions.
Yeah, the moon is actually a.
It's actually made of cheese. It's goat cheese. I think it's goat cheese, and somehow that's how they kept man alive billions of years ago. Was they fed us off the goat cheese that was the moon. Now we don't need it anymore. So we have a reservoir of goat cheese. So don't let them fool you, dude. The moon is goat cheese. Trust me. I know some things. I've talked to some people, and I know some things.
Yeah, okay. Bill Gates doesn't want people to live. Change my mind. He's a eugenics.
The Earth is overpopulated. We must cull the population for man to survive. But what you don't really understand is life on Earth at some point is going to be gone anyway. There's nothing you're going to be able to do to stop it. When the sun burns through its hydrogen and begins fusing helium atoms together, the sun is going to expand and consume the Earth. There'll be no Earth. So any kind of green measures you take now are going to be fruitless at the end of time, because you'll never stop the sun from consuming the Earth no matter what you do. You take that shit to the bank.
Do you want to know what the motive is? This is all about motive, is it not?
I mean, the sun won't be nova. The sun won't nova, but it will expand probably 1,000,000 times its current diameter, which would definitely, 1,000 times its current diameter, which will consume the Earth. And then it will recede into a white dwarf, and that's how the sun will go out.
When's that going to happen?
Oh, approximately several billion years, many billions of years. Okay, but it could start happening now. Hey.
Yeah.
What people don't realize, if there was a solar flare today, and the blast of it, say like an expulsion, an actual expulsion of gas or rocket jet coming off the sun, if the Earth happened to be lined up perfectly with the side of the sun that came off of, it would be years before any of our communication shit would be back up and running. I mean, it would kill it. It'd take 8 minutes for that shit to get here from the sun, and we'd be communication dead for years. I'm just wondering how people could deal with it. Or would that just collapse everything? Something simple like a solar flare. Something that's going to happen. Trust me, dude. And that's not going to be billions of years. That might be 100 or less.
Well, let's talk about manufactured catastrophes.
Oh God, do we have to?
Huh?
I'm talking about like the sun.
You're talking about a natural phenomenon.
Yeah, the sun.
It's going to happen in trillions of years from now.
Maybe. Okay. It could happen tomorrow, though.
He's be able to document that for you.
It's just the chemistry of the sun. You can look and you can calculate how much hydrogen. Like I say, it begins by right now. Right now, our sun is fusing. It's a gigantic nuclear reactor fusing hydrogen atoms together, creating helium atoms. That's what you see. That's where all the energy comes from. And that's just been going on for billions of years, with man or no man. So if you think you can stop it, but it's the catastrophes are going to come from something other than us. Mankind doesn't possess the technology to create anything like that.
Already scared them all off.
The Gamblers are gone, man.
Yeah. All I can tell you is that
I'll take the Utah Jazz tonight.
It was well before your natural.
Utah Jazz. I'm gonna throw it out there. Utah Jazz, and in the hockey, it was the Calgary Flames. That's the two plays I'm giving you for the show tonight. And remember, the NCAA Sweet 16 commences tomorrow. With games early. We'll be here early.
Nets under for Marcus. Pelicans over for me. And here's a little Tractor Jason to close it out. Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.